When I was just a little boy, I dreamed of the day I'd get to play an action-adventure game about a crab. I mean, come on. Who didn't? Well, that's exactly what you get in this Souls-like game titled Another Crab's Treasure. Well, would you look at that? I got the title right. I have bought the new game, Another Crab's Adventure. Another Crab's Treasure. I keep doing that. I sound like a broken record here, but much like other games I've reviewed in the past, I see a heavy inspiration coming from Breath of the Wild. This game is just a fishy version of Tears of the Kingdom. You're welcome. I feel like most games that are put on the Nintendo platform at this point kind of take inspiration from that game. To be fair, it's kind of hard not to when it literally revolutionized the modern gaming era. Anyways, this is not a Zelda glazing fest, so let's move on. In this saltwater-soaked world, you play as protagonist Krill the Hermit Crab, whose main quest is to recover his shell. It was taken from him by this plastic toy loan shark thing working for the Duchess, who, by the way, took over almost the entire nearby ocean and just started implementing taxes everywhere. So along the way of you trying to recover your shell, you're also going to be giving a hand in bringing down a corrupt government. All the while beating up every other sea creature you see because no one under the seas likes hermit crabs. Everyone just sees you as some kind of tax evader.
Look, kid, I don't have time to argue political nuances here. I've got a lot of tax evaders to get to.
What is the main currency they aim to collect from you, you might ask? Trash. Beautiful, beautiful trash. Yes, you heard me right. Trash. So, before you throw out that Taco Bell you had for lunch, you might want to hold on to the sauce packets, because they ask for those specifically. I got some Taco Bell sauce packets right now to give you. Let me just hand them through the screen. Don't worry though, although they took your shell, you will not be without one. You can collect many shells as you go through the game. Shell might be a broad term to use though, because most of what you're wearing is not actually a shell. But there are many types of these shells, and each has its own unique ability. Do try not to go too long without a shell, because Krill is quite vulnerable without one. Krill! A watery grave. The first one I found was too small. Not the first time something was too small. You will also obtain a weapon that I first mistook for a spork, but it turns out it's just a plain old fork. Now I got a freaking... What is that? This is a spork? This fork can help you take down your enemies and also break through glass bottle barriers that will be standing in your way. The last piece of battle gear you've yet to attain is the grappling hook, which will help you yoink your enemies right into forking range. Along with all of this, you can also level up your stats. These 4 basic stats include attack, vitality, resistance, and MSG. Tasty. And the reason Krill puts himself through all of this is to obtain his actual one true goal. Isolation. You see, Krill really gives the name Hermit Crab its meaning. All the Hermit Crab really wants in life is to simply be left alone. He is extremely antisocial, and he ain't getting no job to pay his taxes. Work? That's what I'm trying to not do. That's why I gotta catch up with. I don't want to work. Fuck that. Like most of us, he'd rather stay in his own cozy little tide pool, in pure tranquility. He's a simple crab, really. Probably sounds like some of you watching right now from your mother's basement. There's so many things I can dive into with this game that I'm just gonna leave out because I would rather you get the game to play it for yourself. I actually highly recommend this game. Not gonna spoil it. However, the one last thing I will mention is the high saturation of what I like to call dad jokes. Real freaking funny dad joke, guy. They are cluttered all over this lovely game. For some, it may be a bit over the top. But for me, I could not get enough. One moment you'll have a character over here just cursing like Trevor from GTA. And the very next, they're censoring words like hell and crap. With words like shell and crab. Really? What the hell is... shell is this? Crab, 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 crab. We really substituting the word crap with crab? They even try not to use the Lord's name in vain by replacing God with cod. I like it. Instead of God, we're saying cod, because we should not take the Lord's name in vain. But fish? Fuck those fish. I will admit at first I was a little thrown off, but as I got further into the game, I started to think of the puns as, well, Krilliant. I'll see myself out.